Well, Gord McCauley didn't have to go far for this interview today. We're hanging out at his house, in fact. We're talking about the Saskatoon Blues Festival today, and earlier in the show, we were speaking to Monkey Junk, who joins us from Ottawa. There they are, just hanging out, just practicing right now. Thanks so much for joining us, Gord.
Well, it's a pleasure to be working with you this afternoon, Ann.
Thank you for having us over to your home. The band practice has been super fun so far.
Well, it's, we could either be in a cold studio or just, where the pool table is and where musicians are actually living their real life, just hanging out.
That's right. That's awesome. So your shirt says it all, really. The Saskatoon Blues Festival is happening February 24th till the 27th. What's happening this week in Saskatoon?
Well, this week on Tuesday night, there's the movie Flip, Flop, and Fly, the story of the Downchild Blues Band, 40 years of Downchild. The Thursday night is the actual major concerts begin with the Odeon, and Monkey Junk, of course, is the headlining that evening. So there's concerts Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night at the Odeon Event Center, and then at the Hilton Garden Inn beginning Friday night. There's Friday and Saturday is a concert series there. And then Sunday afternoon is the wind-up party, which is a, let's just say, buy your tickets and get there, because a lot of the headline artists are hanging out and jamming that afternoon, and it's a fun event.
Fantastic. Now, I know you had some concerts over the weekend that were free at the Farmers Market, making it accessible for everyone. Is it just me, or is the Blues Festival growing every year? It seems bigger this year.
It has really grown. I was being asked the other day about our numbers, and we started, this is our 9th year, and our very first year we had a total of 372 paid admissions. And now our paid admissions are going to be somewhere over 3,000, but our free views really were over 6,000, because this week we were in front of 4,000 school kids over the course of the week. So the festival's really grown in what we're doing. It's a lot more than just a concert. It's a lot of other things. But this weekend is the concerts, and that's what a lot of people look forward to. And frankly, we need the bums and seats in order to pay for all this.
Definitely. Tell us a bit more about the school program.
Well, Blues in Schools we've been doing it now since 2005, and it's a program designed to introduce kids to the history of blues music, the connections of how blues is connected with country and with rock and hip-hop and rap, and it helps kids realize that there's a lot more than just maybe what they're exposed to with their own age group or their own friends, and maybe through that process help them realize that there's other things that they can expose themselves to. We also try to teach about the history of the music, which is inseparable from the history of the Black American struggle, and we try to draw parallels between that and the First Nations challenges in Canada, because there's many comparable elements, and teachers love it when we come into the schools and share this information, because they find kids, because of the music, they tend to hear some messages that they're not hearing otherwise.
Yeah, that's fantastic. They get to learn how, the music they're listening to today has evolved from other genres and other cultures before their time. That's really cool.
And it's still relevant.
Yes, definitely. So if we want to find tickets for the upcoming shows, how can we do that?
Well, first of all, there's probably a Cherry Insurance office near you throughout Saskatoon, Prince Albert, North Battleford, including Regina. There is Cherry Insurance offices, and they are a major sponsor, so tickets are for sale in all their offices, as well as the major music stores in Saskatoon, Long and McQuaid, Mother's Music, St. John's Music, and McNally Robinson Booksellers, the big bookstore on 8th Street, and online on ticketweb.ca.
Wow, so no shortage of options of where to find tickets.
Should be able to find some tickets. The big question is, do you want to go to an intimate concert, or do you want to go to a cabaret? Because people say to me, well, what should they do if they've never been to the festival before? And my answer is, what's your favorite? Loud cabarets with dancing, or quieter, intimate concerts? And so that's your first choice. After that, the artists you're going to see are going to be varied throughout the evening. We are well known for our artistic lineup as being a lineup that has not got one type of act, but every act is distinct and different from the others. So you may find an act that you don't care for one evening, but guaranteed two of the other three will be really making your day.
Fantastic. Well, we really like what we heard today here from Monkey Junk. Is their show going to be sort of cabaret style, or what kind of style?
Their show's in the cabaret room, and the Odeon Event Center is the cabaret style shows. So cabaret meaning that it's electric, it's turned up a little bit. You got a big dance floor in front of the stage, and so it's just like a great big bar.
Cool. Sounds good. And there's a couple opening bands there too to
That's right.
hear.
On Thursday night, the opening act is Back Alley Blues Band, followed by Big Hank and a Fistful of Blues from Edmonton. And for any of those who like the Downchild Blues Band or Powder Blues Band, you are going to love Big Hank and a Fistful of Blues. 6-piece horn section. You will not be sitting still in your chair. I can guarantee you that.
That sounds awesome. Well, thank you so much for telling us more, Gord.
Super. Thank you very much for your interest in our project.
It's been great. I'll get you to stay with us. We're going to